Alright, man, so we back with another video. Today we got y'all boys with the NBA defenses. We're going to be ranking every single team based off their defense. It's going to be a little bit different from the offense because the offense, I do think, is a little bit more predicated based off of, like, having a star player will get you to that level. But I do think defenses in the NBA kind of is the opposite, where instead of you having that star player that takes you to that next level, in the NBA, in my opinion, it's more so about if you have that liability that can hold your defense back. So that's what we're going to be doing. If y'all do want more, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Let's hop into it. Let's go! Alright, hopping into it, we got the same tiers, S, A, B, C, D, F. Self-explanatory if you S, self-explanatory if you get to F. And everything falling in between. Let's get into it. The Hawks. Hawks are not a good defense in my opinion. I don't know if they're one of the worst. I think their offense is really more so what it is. I think what's happened recently when it was on that 11 game, they really didn't play that many good teams. You see when they played the Rockets, they kind of got blown out. I do think they are better than that game, but I do think that the Hawks, they have a good... All right, let's continue where we left off before. A miscalculation. That's what we're going to call it. But yeah, Hawks, honestly, like I said, like I was going, they've had a little bit of an easy schedule. I do think the 11-game winning streak was a little gas, but if you look at the East, all them teams in the East was hot. Like the Heat was hot, the Magic was hot, the Hornets been hot before the All-Star. So I don't know if that may be, the Hornets may be the one team I don't really attribute that recent All-Star break run of games to just a recent form. I think the Hornets it's just like since 2026, a flip just switched. The Hawks, I do think you could kind of say it's a little similar to the Hornets, more so than it is the Magic and the Heat. Because I think one thing is they played an easier schedule, but they've also been playing better defense. I do think that goes into it. But when they played the Rockets, I don't know if it's the Rockets, that game against the Lakers, which was very, very bad. Both of them may have did something for them this week. But the last two games that I watched from them, half-court offense to end the game was much better. Is that on the teams that they played? I don't know. I'm going to say the Hawks. I'm going to say D. I'm going to say C. Defense is going to be a little bit different. Some people was gassing Dyson Daniels last year as a defender. He's still a good defender. He's just not what people was acting like last year at all. Celtics. I'm trying to think of a way this is not an S. They got a lot of guys they can throw at you. The only thing you could really argue is big man. Even with Tatum, I think the issue with Tatum's shot selection in the past was that he had the athleticism, size, and profile that he could get much better shot selection on a more consistent basis. I do think with the injury, that shot selection that he had gained that was deemed bad is going to be good for him now. But defensively, he still looks like he's going to be pretty good. So as a team, defensively, I'm gonna probably have to say S. I don't see a way I can really go about not saying them S unless you want to really be harsh on S, which we can do. But even then, Celtics probably is an S. So yeah, and then we have the Nets. I don't think the Nets are that bad defensively. I think they're just tanking. I'm gonna say D. Like if they were really trying, I think they actually could put a better defense out there than they do. But they are trying to lose. Can't really argue it. Hornets. Now, the Hornets recently have been a lot better defensively, especially in 2026. I do think that you can get at them, though. I'm going to say B. I do think they have some players on their team you can try to attack, but I do think the fact that their team as a whole, as a unit, is trying to put effort into playing defense. You got to give them credit for that. I say B. For now, I probably could raise them an A if we just doing 2026, but if we doing the whole season, I would say B. Next, we have the Bulls. Bulls is a D. Bulls may be an F. Bulls is one of the worst. Bulls may be an F. I'm trying to think of some teams that's gonna be. I'm gonna put Bulls F for now. Then we have the Cavs. Cavs defense is a weird one to try to gauge because you got guys like Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. Then you even got guards like Donovan Mitchell that can be inconsistent. Some days he's really good. Some days there's not it. So I don't really know how to really gauge them too much. They added Harden, who is not a good defender in my opinion. I do think some of their wings, like Keon Ellis was a good pickup in my opinion defensively. I don't know if they're A. I would probably say B. I don't know if they're A. I do think there's teams that they really match up well against because of that double big. I do think that. But there are teams that can really take advantage of them defensively as well. I'll probably say B. I give them more credit than the Hornets, but I'll probably say B. Then we have the Mavericks. Mavericks are just an actual good defensive team. They're just so bad offensively. They're just actually so bad offensively. I would say A for Mavericks. Mavericks are just a terrible offensive team. They genuinely, like, that's why when Cooper Flagg was so hot, they actually looked very good. Because they actually had something on offense going. They're just terrible defensively. Then we have the Nuggets. Hopefully I said that right. The Mavericks are bad offense, very good defensively. The Nuggets, on the other hand, I might gotta raise the Cavs up to A if I got the Mavericks A, but I'm keeping that there. The Nuggets, on the other hand, the Nuggets have a very interesting situation. I probably will put them B, but they actually have been very good defensively this year. They actually have been very good defensively, which is very tough. But their issue is, people talk about Jokic. Jamal Murray has been one of the worst guard defenders in the league this year. That's just not even debatable. Now, in the past, like in 2023, Jamal Murray wasn't even that bad of a defender. He was actually solid. Now he's just genuinely bad. But he's also having his best offensive season, so there may be something going on with that. I'll be real. But the thing is, they're going to have two bad defenders on at all times. Now, the thing is, with Jokic, he's kind of similar to D. Mitch, where I don't know what it is with Jokic. There's some games where Jokic is legitimately a good defender. It's kind of like when I'm saying D. Mitch is a good defender, but there's these games where he's just bad. It's kind of the flip side where Jokic is not a good defender, but there's some games where Jokic is legitimately a good to solid defender. So, I don't know. Same thing with Jamal Murray, I would argue, but this year, Jamal Murray just been bad. So, I don't know. I don't trust them too much. I would probably put them behind the Cavs, but they have a lot of guys over there defensively. That's the issue with them. And, like, they got guys in positions that you kind of want them. Like, they have a lot of wings they can throw at you defensively. The thing is that they don't have guard defenders. So when you think about the guys they got to play in the West, like a couple years ago, people were saying the West didn't really have a lot of guards that you can attack Jokic with in the pick and roll. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know if that's the case anymore, because I think the two biggest threats right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big believer in the Lakers because of the defense. But when we rank their defense, it's gonna be interesting to rank them because they don't have a lot of guys, but the way that they play is actually ignorant, but it works so well. So I'm gonna have to give them credit for that. Is it gonna work in the playoffs? It's kind of, if you remember last year around this time, the Lakers was doing some very interesting things, and people were saying they had the game plan to stop Jokic. So we'll see, but we're gonna get there when we get there. Then we have the Pistons. Pistons is one of the better defensive teams in the league. They probably have to be S. That's what I'm saying. They probably have to be S because they're like the Thunder of the East. They have a star guard, and outside that guard, offensively, it's not much. But defensively, that's a very good defensive team. Now, Duran has actually been pretty good with Cade being out for the next month or so, whatever they were saying. So we're going to see really what Duran got, but he's been solid in these last 2 or 3 games. So I got to give Duran some credit. But that's not the same team without Cade. But defensively, and the funny thing is, Cade is actually a really good defender. Duran is not. So that's the funny part. Usually, it's the other way around. So it actually is a pretty interesting dynamic. But outside of Duran, it's really all defenders. Duncan is probably the only other guy you can really throw in that equation as a bad defender. I'm trying to think. Who all do they really have? They got a lot of... I guess they do got some questionable guys. I still would probably say S. I want to say A, but I'm going to probably get them. Because, bro, if we talk about this season, are we doing this season or who I trust? If we're doing it based off who I trust defensively, I'd probably say A. I probably would say A, but they got some guys over there on the Pistons. I'm going to keep it S. Then we have the Warriors. I think the Warriors are low-key an A-tier defense. I think they're an A-tier defense. There's not too many problems with me on the Warriors defense, in my opinion. I think that's not really the issue. It's really scoring the ball. It's kind of the same thing as the Mavericks. I may even put them above them, but I'll say A for now. I kind of like more of the guys the Mavericks have, but I think the Warriors just play good team defense, too. But they don't really have a lot of people you can target either. The Rockets is a very, very, very interesting combo. Because the Rockets should be S. But, bro, they have a real issue. Now, I will say this as a Heat fan. Hey, bro, they was killing Shepherd and Sengun in the fourth quarter. I don't know what happened to their brains. It's like, hey, bro, let's stop attacking Shepherd and Sengun. And in that game, at the same time, it's like the Heat was like, hey, the Rockets got like 2 good shooters. Let's leave Reed Shepherd and KD open all game. Let's do that. And in the fourth quarter, Jabari Smith started knocking them down. Now, I'm going to be real. If Amon Thompson hitting threes, hey, hands up. If Tari Eason in the month of March is hitting threes, hands up. You got to just let it happen. But, hey, I'm going to be real. Some of the stuff that was going on in that Heat game, I really do chalk down to the Heat. But the Rockets defensively, I watched a lot of their games because I like KD a lot. I'm going to keep it being, man. Sengun, man, I don't think he's that bad. It's not like a Jokic bad situation. It's just he's not. It's tough, bro. It's genuinely tough to grade guys like Sengun because I think Sengun is more of a neutral defender. But it's kind of like what people say with Shai on the Thunder. But Shai is much better of a defender than Sengun. And the issue is Sengun is a big. So when all teams have to do is really just put you in a pick and roll, and you pretty much got to be damn near in every single play, it's a much bigger issue than like if you are a guard or a wing and you're a bad defender and people are just doing mismatch hunting. They don't even have to do a mismatch hunt with Sengun. They can pretty much do a mismatch hunt and just run pick and roll with him. So it's a huge, way bigger issue. And then you have Reed Shepherd that plays. He is a huge liability. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it's a Jamal Murray situation where it's like an effort. I think Reed Shepherd, he shows plays where he tries. I don't want to say he can't do it because he shows plays where he can, but majority of the time it's just a size thing. And that's kind of the thing that's going to come up in this draft for a lot of these guards that are very good coming to the league. How are they going to fit in the league? I said the same thing with Rob Dillingham in that same draft. How is this going to work in the league? How? Because in the league now, you got to be able to play some type of defense. And if you don't, you got to be Luka or Jokic level offense. So I'll be real. We'll see. Because I'm thinking about in a playoff scenario, how is this going to work for the Rockets? Is this going to work defensively? I think they got a lot of guys over there defensively that you can throw at you. When you think about Amon, even KD, Tari Eason. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But the issue is offensively. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. The thing with the Rockets this year is a lot of they got some pretty significant injuries for their team. Like if Fred VanVleet is on a different team, I don't know how significant it would be. If Steven Adams on any team, low-key would be significant. I ain't gonna lie. He's just a very, very good role player for a center. It's like undeniable at this point. Those are 2 big injuries for their team when you think about guard shot making, spacing the floor. Now you have to play Reed Shepherd more than you probably want to. Then you have Steven Adams that gives them the real big thing that kind of gives them their advantage, which is rebounds. Now they're not really killing people on the boards like that. It's a very weird thing to me with the Rockets. I would probably put them in that same convo as the Cavs for completely different reasons. But I do think they have a better defense than all these teams in B. I'm going to say B, though. I'm going to say B. Then we have the Pacers, F. It's clear F. Clear F. Clear F. Clippers early in the year was a little rocky. I think they've kind of got it together. I don't think they have too many flaws. I don't even think Darius Garland is kind of in that same vein of like the Reed Shepherds, the Donovan Mitchells, in my opinion, where he may be a little undersized, but he actually gets it. He gets it done. He gets the job done. I do think that's a guy that you could try to target. So maybe you could argue B. For the most part, though, I may say A. I'm trying to think about this, though. I don't want to gas it. I may be giving them too much credit for what they were last year for this year. I think, again, the Clippers is another team that's like, all these teams in A low-key have the same problem. It's not defense, it's offense. I'll probably say Clippers is A. Then we have Lakers. Lakers is B. I'm going to be real. The thing with the Lakers, though, is their game plan is hilarious. I'm not even going to lie. Now, if they play a team like the Rockets, they can beat the Rockets. Because, what they're going to do is, they're going to take the ball out your best player's hands. And the worst players on your team, they're going to have to beat them. Like, it's just what it is. Whether it's playmaking or knocking down shots, knowing when to cut, be able to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of 4-on-3s the Lakers going to be living with. But also, when it comes to that 4-on-3, a lot of times, what the Lakers will do off that 4-on-3, they'll let you shoot the 3. As soon as you step inside that 3-point line, you're going to start seeing bodies coming to you. It's just that simple. You're going to start seeing bodies coming to you. They don't want you to get too many easy mid-range. They don't really want you getting too much freedom around the paint. It's simple as that. So, and there, I'm going to be real. That part of it, I understand, because it is a lot of, like, I think JJ understands this too. Like, think about it like this. Stephen Curry for years didn't get Finals MVP because he would always have that one bad game. That one bad game. It's very hard to have it's a reason why people gas players for shooting 40+% for 3, 45% for 3. Because it is a very, not flawed shot. I want to say inefficient. I don't want to say varied shot. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a shot that can go, it's a game to game. If you're off that night, you're off that night. But then think about it like this. That Stephen Curry, even he has off nights. Now we're talking about guys that's not good 3-point shooters. Majority of the time, you're going to be able to live with that if they're beating you. So that's kind of what the Lakers are doing. They kind of just play the percentage game with the 3s. And even then, if you get inside the 3-point line, they don't really allow you to get too much easy stuff. They pretty much just protect the mid-range. They pretty much protect the paint. Pretty much show you bodies if you're getting towards the mid-range. And if you can beat 4-on-3, you can beat 4-on-3. Now, this is a problem if they play a team like the Nuggets. But I will say that if the Lakers play like this, play against the Rockets, they can beat them. I'll be real. I'm trying to think who else in the West. The Thunder is an interesting one because last year they struggled with stuff like that. They did. But the thing is, the Thunder is just so much better defensively than the Lakers that is like, I don't know if you can even get that off, bro. Because if it comes down to a defensive game with the Thunder, you can do that to Shai so many times. The Thunder have a quick fix to that. If they stay stubborn with that and keep Lou Dort in the game, then the Lakers can beat them. But if they just make those fixes and changes, especially with the trades that they made this year, I don't know if that's working on them. I'll be real. The Nuggets is, I don't think that works for real, especially with the way Jamal Murray playing this year. Like 4-on-3s, you probably gonna be blitzing Murray. Then it's Jokic playing 4-on-3. You blitz Jokic. Then it's Murray playing 4-on-3. And even if you want to do that with Aaron Gordon is he's been used to these situations where teams leave him open, and if he wants to get into the paint and people show him bodies, he's good at playing 4-on-3. So they got a couple guys that's kind of accustomed to that. Now, if you want to leave Peyton Watson open, we'll see what that looks like in the playoffs. You know, I don't know. It's a lot of question marks for some of these teams. I do think the Lakers, I'm kind of talking myself into A, but for now, I'm going to keep it B. Because for the majority of the season, they've been bad. I give Luka a lot of credit for what he's become defensively. That game against the Heat was pretty bad, I'll be real. But before that game, he had been getting it going. And Luka offensively, I know people talking about MVP race and this, that, and the third. I think Luka, I said this. I didn't think Luka was even top 3 in the race. I know Luka had crazy stats. I don't really blame him for how bad the team was. But Luka, to me, wasn't that 2023 Luka. And the issue is, he deserved MVP that year. But this Shai and Jokic at the beginning of the year, it was just those two. Regardless of how good Luka was, he was very, very good. Luka or Shai and Jokic were just better. They were just better. The combo was those two. Now, Jokic got hurt, and since he came back, he ain't been the same. Shai has been the one constant player all year that you cannot debate, in my opinion. I think Shai, even right now, you can say Luka the past month has been the best player offensively. Even then, I'm going to keep it being. I think Luka the past 2-3 weeks, yeah. I don't know, man. Shai has just been so good this year as a consistent thing. And he's been so important to his team. Especially when you look at how Luka is playing right now and how he's willing them to victories. Shai has kind of done that in my eyes all season. Especially when you see how bad the Thunder... Like, honestly, if you was telling me the Thunder would have kept that same, like, winning ability as they had at the beginning of the season, and Luka would have turned it on like this to get the 3 seed, I might have went Luka. But the fact that the Thunder have shown so many flaws and how dependent they are on Shai, it's tough for me to get at to Luka personally. I ain't gonna lie. It's tough for me at all. Like, I'm at a point where Luka, what he's doing right now is just making it not be unanimous. You can't do it unanimous. I even think Wemby, you could throw him in the conversation. I think Wemby and Luka is a real combo to me, personally. Especially if we talking about impact-wise on the whole season. But Luka, he deserves his credit for what he's doing, especially with the fact that he has got better defensively. If Luka plays like this in the playoffs, forget an MVP. He gonna give his team a real chance to win, because the problem with the Lakers, it has not been offense. You got Luka, you got Reeves, you got LeBron. Even LeBron not play, even LeBron in the Aaron Gordon role, who has been really crazy lately. By the way, he has been really crazy efficient lately. It's a combo to be said with the Lakers. We're gonna keep it moving. Grizzlies defensively, the last week they actually kind of been a little bit better. I'm gonna probably have to say C though. We do the whole season, not been good. He is a very tough combo. Very tough combo. Because the issue with the Heat is Spo is trying to manage egos. And the thing is, I've been talking about the Heat. I wish they would take. They went on a little 7-game streak. And I was like, okay, if we gonna do this, we gotta do this. They now have lost 4 straight games. And they've lost 4 straight games, easing people back into the lineup. So it's like, man, I'm at a point where I really don't know what the hell to talk about, because there's a big issue. Early in the year, Hero was easing back into the lineup. They started losing. If you remember, that Norman, Hero, it's not just them being able to play together. It's when they play in the same game, it's always going to be a defensive liability in the game at all times. When it was one person playing, when they subbed, majority of the time, it would be that defensive liability that would be in the game, you would take that off. So when you have these other guys that's in the rotation, maybe it'd be one more other guy in the rotation that is a defensive liability. They may happen to play with those guys. That makes it a huge problem defensively. If you watch the Heat in that 7-game streak, the defense was the thing that really was playing to their strength. I do think that Hero is he's just a much better player than Norm. But Norm, what he was doing to start the season, I don't think it was going to be able to last. But what he was doing from a shooting standpoint was ridiculous. So I can't knock Norm either for what he did to start the year. But what he did before the All-Star break was egregious. Sitting out games to stay healthy, to play in the All-Star game, one of the wildest shits I've ever seen. But I do think we have a Norman Powell, Tyler Hero problem. But I also do think we have a Davion Mitchell problem, which is a whole different discussion defensively. Like, I'm not even just talking about offense as a team. I'm talking about defensively. Davion Mitchell is just too small. And when we play some of these guards, it's just a big problem. And especially when you think about Cass, he's been very, very good. Very, very versatile. He brings everything to the game that Davion does, except for probably screen navigation. He's not as good of an on-ball defender yet. But he probably is a better on-ball defender because of the size. Like, he's not able to move his feet as good as Davion. There's not too many people that can. But people just shoot over Davion. And I feel bad for him. It's not even saying Davion's trash. It's just reality, bro. He's like 5'11". People just bully him. People just do him. It's just what it is. But what I'll say is that he have been an elite offense all season, regardless of that. That has a lot to do with Spo. That has a lot to do with Bam. I do think Bam has kind of slowed down a little bit recently defensively. This past week, when I'm saying recently, that's not really a fair thing to say about him the whole season. You want to say the whole season, he's probably been arguably the second or third best defender in the league. That second or third best defender in the league is the real race. No one's going to touch Wemby. It's just what it is. No one. It's impossible. So it's literally, that's why I'm like thinking with the Celtics, do I keep them S? Because the Pistons can slide down to A seamless. I'm actually doing that. Pistons can slide down to A pretty easily for me. Do I keep the Celtics S? It's tough. I'd probably have to say the Heat are B, but I'm not mad at A. But I'll probably go B. I'll probably go B, bro. I put them in between the Lakers and the Rockets. Because the thing I get the Lakers is, I don't even know if I get them that. I don't know if I get them that. But I think the Heat have an issue where, like, their brains, bro, the IQ of the Heat. Like, I talk about this all the time on offense, but their off-ball defense IQ is some of the worst you'll ever see. Like, and it's crazy because the only people that you'll see that actually has it is Bam and Hero. Now, maybe those are some of the veteran players on the team. But there's players like Davion will literally off the ball will leave he will leave the best shooter open to go double team something that don't make no sense. Jaime is very, very bad off the ball. It's just what it is. It's a lot of players. Norman Powell is probably the worst off-ball defender I have seen in life. So when we go zone, that is probably the best time we ever play defense. You have those 1 or 2 lapses, it can destroy your whole defense. So it's hard to really say that, but the Heat, they probably should be higher, but I'm going to go B. Then we have the Bucks. Yeah, I'll probably say C for the Bucks. The Timberwolves should be better defensively than they are. That's the thing. Kind of same thing as what I was saying with the Heat off ball. Ant is low-key one of the worst off ball defenders you will watch. He is really bad. It's actually kind of crazy because he's actually really good offense or on the ball. His awareness off the ball is just really crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of stuff on the as these years go on, it's a lot of stuff overrated about their defense. Like Jalen McDaniels, he been in best wing defense combos for years. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Hey, Shai McDaniels, but I don't know, bro. It's something about, bro. It's like, I don't know. He is a good defender, but is he? Like, I be seeing bro get fried, cooked. And I ain't saying it's bad defense, but it happens so much. Like, in the playoffs, the regular season. I don't know. Rudy Gobert, I've always said he's just overrated. But wait, if you just acknowledge him for what he does, he's very good. But there's a lot of flaws in this game. I probably would say B. I probably would say B still. I probably would still say B. Because they're not like a real direct, like flawed defender. Like you got the Lakers with all those guys. You got the Heat with those couple guys. You got the Rockets with a couple guys. The Cavs with a couple guys. The Nuggets with a couple guys. You can't really say there's a direct guy you can attack on the Timberwolves, especially since they made these trades. I think Ayo was a great pickup at the trade deadline. I mentioned that when that happened. I think he's been getting more PT recently with the Ant injury, and they've seen that was a great pickup. So we'll see, bro, what's going to happen down this stretch. Then we have the New Orleans Pelicans. They have another couple guys that may be a little overrated. They come to this wing defense. I wouldn't say they be getting fried, cooked to the level of McDaniels, because Herb, he's the guy I'm playing, and Herb low-key don't get fried like that. I'll be real. He the one that I've always said, in terms of the wings, is the best wing defender for me. It's either him or OG. I'll probably go OG. For Herb, especially if you want to talk about wing that guard perimeter guys, like the guards, Herb be locking. So, it's a tougher one. I don't know if I can go too high on them, though, bro. They ain't played that level of defense this season. I'll say C. Make and go D. I'm gonna go D. They're probably just a perfect example of a D. I'm gonna look you bring the Bucks down too. Probably a perfect example of a D when it comes to the Pelicans, because they got guys that should be very good. They just tanking. Now, why are they tanking? I have no explanation for that shit. That makes no sense to me. They don't even have their pick. I don't know. I don't get it. Then we had the Knicks. Knicks are B. Clear B. The same thing as the Nuggets, Jalen Brunson and what's it called, but they have better defenders around them. OG Anunoby is better than Aaron Gordon, but is he? Then you got Josh Hart, Christian Brown. Is he? And then you got, who would you even say? Mitchell Robinson versus Peyton Watson. I don't know if they better. I'll keep it a B. They B though. For sure B. They're a good defense. I don't know how much farther I would go on that. I feel like some of these B are just A. I'm not going to lie, but let's keep moving. Then we have the Thunder. There's not much to talk about here. Let's just go S. Above the Celtics. They're S. The question with the Thunder is, are they the best defense in the league? I probably would still lean on yes. The reason why they're that good is because of their defense and Shai. Their defense, I would say Shai, actually, then their defense. I ain't going to lie. I would probably say Shai, then their defense. Because I really think people are sleeping on what Shai's doing this year, because it's like I think people just don't really like Shai like that. But I'm gonna say S. I think their defense is very good. They don't have no flaws defensively. They don't even have a flaw. There's teams that don't have flaws in their starting lineup. They don't have flaws in their entire rotation defensively. The worst player defensively in their rotation may be Shai, and he's a great defender. Not good, not mid, not bad. He's a great defender. I'm trying to think who would be worse. McCain. McCain probably a worse defender than Shai. Isaiah Joe. Bro, I can't. Isaiah Joe is like kind of in, kind of out. Yeah, bro, it's tough. That's the thing, bro. It's tough. It's tough. Like it's tough trying to find who you gonna take, who you gonna attack. Yeah, you guys gotta kind of play them straight up. Magic. And then when it comes to the Thunder, they may have the best like actual 5-man lineup that actually is very balanced on both sides to play against. Nah, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna keep it moving. Magic should be better defensively. They've not been that good defensively. I'm gonna put them B. I'm gonna put them at back, but they should be better. That's a team that genuinely should be A or S. The fact that they're not A or S automatic is crazy to me. Like they should be drastically better. That's one of them teams that kind of fell into the gimmick of trying to play fast, but the defense fell apart because of that. Like the Heat, they play fast and they actually try to play defense. They just got some stupid people over there. The Magic, they fell into the gimmick of trying to play fast and let the defense fall off because of it. I think if the Magic would have just stayed true to what they were as a defensive team first, they would be a much better team right now. They probably would be in the trajectory of the Pistons right now, to be real. But I also do think Paolo is just not as good as people thought. But Paolo been a lot better since the All-Star break. He's just still, regardless, he's just not Cade. That's just reality. He's not. But I think that they just have a better team around Paolo than the Pistons have around Cade at the same time. Like Desmond Bane has been very good. Like people are talking about Paolo playing better. Desmond Bane has been better than Paolo since the All-Star break. Desmond Bane has been really good since the All-Star break. So I don't know. That's a really weird team. And the thing is, arguably their best player hasn't been playing. If Franz come back, that's a scary team in the East, I would say. Then you have the 76ers. This is a bad defense. A genuine bad defense. This is, like, Lakers should be around where the 76ers are, but the Lakers, they've been getting it going lately. I'm low-key chatting on the Lakers, bro. Because they ain't played like this the whole season. Hell no. I'm chatting on the Lakers. I'm putting them with the Hornets. I'm low-key putting the Magic down to C, too. I'm putting the Magic down to C. The Lakers recently been a very good defense. The whole season, no. Lakers recently, you could argue they A. But if we talking the whole season, they probably been D. I'm going to give them B because what they are right now. Suns actually been pretty good. Got an A. This is what I'm saying when it comes to Dillon Brooks, man. Dillon Brooks deserves a lot of credit, bro. No, a lot of people don't like him. This ain't one of these channels, videos where we finna be biased. We finna give credit where credit is due. Dillon Brooks has played very, very good on a lot of these teams went to, got a lot of hate. Every single team he left, they got worse. Every team he went to, they improved. You cannot argue it no more. It's just a fact. And this is a team that was struggling to play defense these past couple years. This is a team that actually is a solid defensive team. Is it B or C, though? They don't play as good now. The Magic may just got to stay B. They probably got to stay B. Because it's going to start making the combos get ignorant. I'm going to say the Magic or B. I'm going to put the Suns B. I think the Suns go ahead of the... I'll probably say the Suns go ahead of the Hornets and the Magic. You could argue over the Lakers because they probably have played more consistent defense than the Lakers. And I'll probably say that, yeah. Then we have the Trailblazers. Trailblazers, you could argue are S. I'm going to say A because that's kind of the same thing as the Magic, where the Pacers kind of trolled them a little bit in terms of their defense, in terms of what they should be. But they're an A. They're an A defense. It's just what it is. They probably would go ahead of the Clippers, though. Probably say ahead of the Clippers. And then we have the Kings. Kings are F. I'll probably say top of F, but I'm going to say F, regardless. Next, we have the Spurs, S. I would put them behind the Thunder, but S. You can argue above the Thunder because of Wemby alone. Hey, Wemby's impact on the game. A lot of people like to do the stats. Like, that's why I'm saying it's a real debate between Luka and Wemby because Luka is the stats. If you're a stat person, you're going to have Luka over Wemby. And you damn near going to say it's no debate. If you're an impact guy, you're going to have Wemby. And you're going to probably say the same thing as what I was saying for Luka. It'd be no debate. But it's a genuine debate between them two this year. In my opinion, I think Luka, he probably got it right now. I ain't gonna lie. Because of this recent month, even though Wemby this recent month been very good, I probably would say Luka probably separated himself, gave him a little bit of separation this past month. Because I do think it was becoming a real debate where I think damn near Wemby was starting to win it a little bit. But I do think Luka really just turning it on recently. I think Luka really making it uncomfortable conversations with all them guys that's above him all season. Like Giannis is just not better than Luka. It's just we gotta just dead that. Like shout out to Giannis, but he gotta put something together for a full season, and then in the playoffs he gotta like losing, winning, whatever you want to talk about. He gotta actually play well, or even just play so that can be any type of conversation. In my opinion, I ain't gonna lie. If anybody else that's in that top was doing that, yeah, let's keep that moving. Now, if you want to say Wemby not better than Giannis, I'm not mad at that because Wemby ain't played in the playoffs. But when you think about all them other guys that's up there in that convo, it's just think about if Jokic the last four years just didn't win, just didn't get out the first round. No, come on, stop it, stop. The converse would be crazy. Shai, if he did that, converse would be crazy. Luka, if he did that, converse would be crazy. Luka just didn't get out the playoff the first round last year. Converse were crazy. So let's just keep it moving. Like what they were saying about ants off that one series, the combos were crazy. So let's just keep it a beam. I'ma say for the Spurs, the thing with the Spurs that make them tough, it's kind of similar to the Celtics, where every player that you gonna have on the court is tough to really try to break down. They all gonna play with effort. They all gonna play defense. The thing that separates them from the Spurs is that they have Wemby. They have Wemby. I think the Celtics probably have better wings defensively. Carter Bryant is a rookie. I think that's gonna be their guy coming up, especially when you look at the athleticism with them. If he can unlock a 3-ball, that's gonna be a big problem for the league. I'll be real. The Thunder, the thing is with the Thunder, they're both built very similar. I just think that the Thunder have more top-end defenders. When you think about the Spurs, it's really just Castle right now. You got Fox, for a guard, that's a good defender. Harper's a solid defender. And then you got some other guys in their rotation that's actually pretty good to solid. But for the most part, Wemby is really kind of carrying that mantle to get them to this level. Like, if Wemby's not there, it's a good defense. It's probably more so an A. Probably more so a back-end A level defense. Maybe even top-end B. But with Wemby there, it's an S. It's just simple as that. It's an S. Then we have the Raptors. That's probably an A. I'm trying to think. They've been a little sloppy. I think to start the season, they was an A. I probably say for now they're staying A. I probably would put them above the Clippers. Trailblazers is a tough convo again. The Trailblazers got some guys over there defensively, bro. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting the Trailblazers up. Now I'm not. I can't because they have not played to that level consistently. I'll put them above the Trailblazers. I'll put them above the Warriors. I'll put them above the Mavericks. And yeah, that's where I would probably. You could argue above the Timberwolves too, but I'm gonna keep them at. I think Scotty Barnes is that other guy. Like people say Chet because he's on the Thunder, which is understandable. Chet is very good. I'm not arguing against it, but I think Scotty Barnes and Bam, if we talking about individual, without like anything about how good they team defense been, I think those two have been the guys outside of Wemby personally that's been the best two defenders in the league personally outside of Wemby again. But if you want to include how good your team is, then Chet is very deserving. But yeah, those are the two I would personally say. I probably would even lean Scotty Barnes to be honest this year. Then it goes to the Jazz. I ain't gonna lie, I may gotta take all these teams at F and let the Wizards have F by themselves. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the amount of slander people be sending me because everybody be dropping off the Wizards because of what Bam did to them. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I may gotta have everybody. Nah, we may gotta for real move everybody up. We might gotta for real move everybody up. I'm not gonna lie, they're staying. I'm moving them up. I'm moving them up. I'm moving them up. They're going there. They're going there. They're going there. They're going there. I'm putting the Wizards F. I don't care, bro. The Wizards, yeah, bro. 83. Shout out to Bam, bro. Before that, I was saying Bam one of the most flawed offensive players you'll ever see. Now, I'm not saying that's not true still. Because I'm going to keep it being. The game against the Rockets, a lot of Heat fans going to gas it. But if you watch that game came down in the end of the game to a lot of the players missing layups. Bam missed a lot of layups in that game. Like, I can't be blind to it because I'm a fan of him and his team. I can't. It's just facts. when I watched them play against the Wizards were so stupid on defense that Bam was slowing down. He started missing shots. They were in their heads, we got to stop him. They genuinely, like, people going to say he had 40 feet. Bro, they were actually fouling him. Like, I don't even give all the credit to Bam because of that. Because if you watch the game, that is some of the stupidest, dumbest defense you will ever watch. They were genuinely fouling him, hacking him. They made that shit way worse than it had to be. I guarantee you, if they would have played him straight up for 4 quarters, he don't get nowhere near 83. He probably get 60 plus, 70. He ain't getting 83. He not. He was slowing down drastically. And as they started playing more physical with him off the ball, then it got worse on the ball, starts hitting more people to him. It just got worse and worse and worse. Now, again, Wizards, I get you. If you're trying to say Bam was chucking, that's facts. But nah, come on. Then all these games that's happened after, bro. Like, I'll get people sending to me, bro. Bro, this how you know Bam fake. Look at what he did. This how you know Bam fake. Look at what he did. Nah, Wizards, I can't even defend you. And then the crazy thing is, I've been saying all season, y'all the worst defense in the league. It's either y'all or the Jazz, y'all are stamped. I can't even put nobody on y'all tier no more, bro. Y'all are terrible. I can't even argue with it. I can't, bro. I can't do it. I genuinely can't do it. I'm putting y'all F. Simple as that. I'm putting y'all F. So yeah, that's my defense tier list. Y'all do want more, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate anybody that did support. Comment down below who you think is the best defense. Comment down below who you think is the worst defense. Hopefully you saying the Thunder. Hopefully you saying the Wizards. But if you're not, put it in the comments down below still. I'm trying to see what that looking like. But yeah, further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. I'm out of here.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!